Hi.
Hi, are you sure this course is just for 2499?
Yes, and you know this is the only course with this expertise across the world.
No way!
Yes way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
हेलो एवरीवन वेलकम बैक एंड आई होप आप सब सुपर एक्साइटेड हैं आज के सेशन के लिए वाई एथिकल हैकिंग। तो हम लोग सेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे एंड आई होप आप सब भी बहुत इंटरेक्टिव सेशन बनाएंगे इसे अपने डाउट्स एंड क्वेरीज पूछ के। सो इट इज़ एन ओपन सेशन, आपको जो भी डाउट एंड क्वेरी हो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखकर वो हमसे पूछ सकते हैं। मीनवाइल एक क्विक रिमाइंडर आप सबके लिए। So let me give you the reminder. Byvisit 6.0, Byvisit Tournament 6.0 is just around the corner. It is on 26th August. So it is, it's 17 already and 26th is just around the corner. So guys, do register for it. In this Byvisit tournament, there is a slight change. There would be 3 coding questions that would be in total 300 marks and 20 quiz questions that are 100 marks. But this time, even in the quiz section, there is a division. Okay, so basically there would be 10 questions of aptitude and reasoning, while we would have 10 questions of computer science. For more details regarding the changes in Biovisit tournament, you can visit the registration page and check out the syllabus. So a quick reminder, Biovisit tournament 6.0, which is exclusively for school students, is just around the corner. It is on 26th August, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Again, you get 90 minutes to do it. There would be 3 coding questions and 20 quiz questions. In total, this time, Biovisit tournament would be of 400 marks. So, guys, this is a great opportunity for it. Do register and do register right now. So, without any further delay, let's start today's session. And to start today's session, I would like to invite Harsh with me in this session. So Harsh is an school ambassador for Geeks for Geeks. So welcome, Harsh.
Hello, ma'am. And hey, guys, I'm Harsh. I'm a 12th grade science student, a tech enthusiast, a programmer, and currently up with ethical hacking and Android development.
Okay, so that's great. That's great. So Harsh, are you excited for today's session?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm very excited.
Okay. ओके सो गाइज यू कैन आप लोग अपने कमेंट्स या डाउट्स जो भी हैं आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हो। आपके बिहाफ में मैं आपके डाउट्स एंड जो भी क्वेरीज है वो हर्ष से पूछूंगी एंड आई होप यू ऑल एंजॉय टुडे सेशन। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं आज के सेशन का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, लाइक व्हाट इज एथिकल हैकिंग, राइट? हमने हैकिंग के बारे में सुना है, बट व्हाट इज एथिकल हैकिंग, हर्ष?
So basically, ethical hacking is an attempt to gain access to the system and penetrating into the database of the organization by exploiting the vulnerabilities and flaws that are found in the system by maybe due to a programmer's mistake. But the main intention behind this act is not to misuse the information or leak out the data. It's to report back to the organization to help them make the system more secure. So no other hacker with malicious intention could gain access to our data.
सो बेसिकली आपके कहने का ये मतलब है कि हैक ही करना है आपके सिस्टम की जो वल्नरेबिलिटीज हैं या जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उसको एक्सप्लॉइट करके आपको सिस्टम को हैक करना है। बट आपका कोई मैलिशियस इंटेंट नहीं है, मतलब आपका कोई बुरा इंटेंट नहीं है कि आप उनके सिस्टम को हार्म नहीं करना चाहते। आप वहाँ के जो ब्रेकिंग पॉइंट्स या जो मतलब वल्नरेबिलिटीज हैं उनको पकड़ कर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को बताओगे ताकि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उसे रेक्टिफाई करे और अपने सिस्टम को बेटर करे, राइट?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. That's a very good, explanation. And guys, if you have any doubt, you can ask Harsh and me, and we would love to solve your doubt. अब हमें एक basic definition Harsh मिल गई that what is ethical hacking. My second question for you is like, how does ethical hacking impact us? Like, what is the impact of ethical hacking?
So ethical hacking is an enormous impact in this modern internet era because one day or the other we daily hear like this company's data got breached. Like it's of last year's news that Facebook's data got breached. So we all love privacy. We don't want to leak out our data, like and so that it doesn't get into the wrong hands. So ethical
Yes.
hacking plays a very important role over here. It helps the organization to fix the mistakes that they did and to so that our users privacy is ensured. like
So basically, you want to say that, companies, organization is helped using it, right? Because when a user is joining, using something from an organization, the majority factor is, security. Because आजकल क्या होता है, जब भी हम लोग कोई ऐप भी डाउनलोड करते हैं, there are permissions, they ask for permissions, and I think nowadays nobody even sees what kind of permissions are being asked, right? So हम लोग allow कर देते हैं, because
yeah,
we are, more
this
we
is
are
the
more
point where hackers take advantage of it. Like we are not reading out the permission, just clicking allow. So that
yeah. So this is because, maybe somewhere we trust the organization, and you are saying basically ethical hacking is the factor that helps the organization in keeping the trust of the people, right?
yeah,
Okay, so basically that's a very good point, that, this is, I think, a end mistake from users, and also that, even yesterday only, that, I was downloading an app, and that app was, related to something that didn't have anything to do with my gallery pictures, but, it asked me, allow permissions for gallery. So I was about to take okay, and then I realized that why I'm giving the permission for my gallery, that is not even needed when I have to use the app. So, it is that nowadays even the user doesn't focus that, where to allow the permission, so they just see allow, they don't even care that what they are allowing, right? And
yeah,
that is what is causing the risk in the security, because we all need privacy now. Nowadays, our privacy, because, all the online applications we have, our credit card details, our bank details, and, many personal details stored over there. So that's a very good point, that, security is a major issue nowadays, and ethical hacking has a big impact on it, right?
yeah.
Now, a very important question that, आई थिंक हमारे बहुत सारे यूजर्स का भी होगा और मेरा भी होगा, कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एथिकल हैकिंग एंड नॉर्मल हैकिंग? अगर मैं एथिकल हैकिंग पढ़ रही हूँ, या मैं एथिकल हैकिंग बोल रही हूँ, तो उसमें और जो नॉर्मल हैकिंग होती है, जो नॉर्मल हैकर हैक करते हैं, तो उन दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है? करते दोनों सेम काम रहे हैं ना?
No, according to me, there is a very narrow line of difference between hacking and ethical hacking. Both hacker and ethical hacker do the same work. Do the same work. They have similar process of doing it, but they differ in the intention behind it. Like the hacker uses hacking to gain user's private data that could harm the user's privacy, or they could even get into the system to harm the system data. So it I mean like it creates a problem for the user. But on the other hand, ethical hacker are the ones who help the organizations, like to protect that, to correct their flaws, and make the system more secure, which is not the case in just hackers. Or we also call them black hat hackers because they are engaged in illegal practices.
ओके, सो बेसिकली अगर मैं सिंपल लैंग्वेज में जो आपने बोला वो ये बोला, दैट हैकिंग, जो लोग हैक कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल हैकिंग, नॉट एथिकल हैकिंग, अगर मैं कहूँ कि एक हैकर आपके सिस्टम को हैक कर रहा है, सो दैट इज, दे हैव सम मैलिशियस इंटेंट, मे बी वो आपके सिस्टम से आपके डेटा को हैक करना चाहता है, और उसे मे बी रॉन्ग वे में यूज करना चाहता है, राइट? दैट इज हैकिंग. और अगर मैं एथिकल हैकिंग कह रही हूँ, सो एथिकल हैकिंग मीन्स कि मैं जो डेटा, अगर मैं आपके सिस्टम को हैक कर रही हूँ, तो मैं एक तो आपकी परमिशन से उसे हैक कर रही हूँ, साथ ही साथ उसे हैक करने के बाद मेरा कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं आपके सिस्टम को हार्म करूंगी, आपके डेटा को हार्म करूंगी. जो भी आपके सिस्टम के इश्यूज हैं, जो भी सिक्योरिटी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, वो मैं आपको बताऊंगी ताकि आप उनको ओवरकम कर पाए, राइट? सो दैट इज अ मेजर डिफरेंस बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ देम. एम आई
Yeah,
राइट?
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, hacking is basically more with the malicious intent, and ethical hacking is, a way that you are trying to stop hacking, right? We can say that, correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so basically, guys, I hope आपको ये clear होगा कि ethical hacking is for the benefit of an organization, where hacking is, while you're hacking the system, the organization, with a malicious intent. So I hope आपको ये clear होगा. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं to the next question that I have for you. The next question is difference between ethical hacking and cyber security. Like ethical hacking is hacking a system. Cyber security is related to securing a system, I think, right? So how would you differentiate between both of them?
So cybersecurity is a complete domain, and ethical hacking is a part of it. Like cybersecurity deals with the practice of being safe over the internet and how to defend against cyber attacks, while ethical hacking involves testing the system for potential vulnerabilities that would harm the system and to get it patched. So cyber criminals they don't take advantage of it. So basically, that's the difference.
Okay. So, basically, ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Basically, if I ask you, they are very closely linked, right?
Yeah,
Basically, cybersecurity is something that, because nowadays everything is related to internet, right? Everybody is connected using IoT. I can say Internet of Things. So basically, all the things are, like. Every data somewhere or the other we are using online, right? Maybe on Zomato we have our credit card data, or maybe we are have our personal information on Facebook, right? All our data is on internet nowadays. So cybersecurity is something that is, we need to secure our data that is on, in that online world. And ethical hacking, I think, is a way that can help in cybersecurity. Do you think
no,
I'm saying it right?
no, ma'am. It's like ethical hacking is breaking into a system or like causing or messing around the server side. So it's not like we are protecting against. Uh, we are being protected against the cyber attacks. We are in fact like making the system vulnerable, making the system more vulnerable due to the
But
flaws in the code.
basically we are making the system vulnerable so that the organization later on can make it better, right?
Yeah,
So basically, if an organizations want to improve cybersecurity, they can take help from ethical hacking, can
yeah.
they?
Nowadays they do hire ethical hackers for this purpose to improve their security.
I think, there was a case, a very common case that happened, where an ethical hacker, specifically hacked a very popular website, and it told that the data is not secure nowadays. You need to secure the data, right? They take online challenges nowadays, right? That you hack a very strong system to show that this is the weakness. Correct? I think I have
Yeah.
heard about it, but I don't remember the name that was hacked. Now let's move to the next question. And the next question that I have for you is, how did you get to know about that ethical hacking? I will tell you from my experience. I generally connect with a lot of students on Discord, school students as well as school ambassadors. So generally, when I connect with them and I ask, like what are you learning, what are you doing, right? So they have answers like C, C++, Java, Python. That is very common. Other than that, competitive programming, dynamic programming, web development, app development, or game development. But I found it very unique and interesting that you are pursuing ethical hacking. So, because it's not very common that actually students do it, right? School students basically. So how did you get to know about ethical hacking?
So to be precise, I got to know and started ethical hacking in the beginning of 2021, that is last year. So during that time, cyber attacks were on peak. Like many reputed companies like LinkedIn, Facebook,
Yeah,
suffered data breaches, and a spyware called Pegasus. You might know about it. It
yeah.
came into limelight. So I was
Yes.
fascinated by it. Like how do these things work? So then I developed the interest and started exploring over it.
Okay, so you the Pegasus, right? That was a very very popular even in abroad. Many data breach was exposed due to Pegasus and all. So that brought your interest in ethical hacking, and it's great, because you are exploring something new. And when I even hear about ethical hacking, an interest comes from inside that what is ethical hacking, how to do it, because even I have interest in it because it's quite interesting concept, right?
Yeah.
So that's great how you sparked your interest, because you had a basically you have a curiosity that what it is, and then you explored it. So that's great. Now let's move to the next question. आपको इंटरेस्ट आया एथिकल हैकिंग में, आपने डिसाइड करा चलो मुझे एथिकल हैकिंग स्टार्ट करनी है. बट लाइक इफ अ नॉर्मल स्कूल स्टूडेंट जो हमारे साथ इस सेशन में है, इफ दे वांट टू लर्न एथिकल हैकिंग, तो आप सजेस्ट कैसे करोगे कि उन्हें कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए और कैसे करना चाहिए?
So when I did start, I didn't know much about it. So I followed this traditional approach, like general Linux is used for this purpose because it is flexible and it has a number of pre-installed tools that will make the things easier. So I started to get familiar with Linux operating system and its interface. So then I started to cover theory concepts that are very important, like what is networking and how does a server and the client communicate between each other. Then I started to understand the basic concepts of databases, like how do big companies store their data, store large scale data into databases. So and then I also started to apply those concepts by practicing using my learning. Like I started to do basic things like scanning a network and its various access points,
Yeah.
and analyzing websites with intentional vulnerabilities. And then I
Okay.
I also like to keep myself updated regarding latest cyber attacks and vulnerabilities by reading articles on Geeks for Geeks.
Okay, okay. So basically, you started with the concepts and all, right? That's an important. That was a very detailed roadmap, and I hope many students would be help using it. So basically, ethical hacking. If I say it is, अगर हमें ethical hacking करनी है, so maybe कहीं ना कहीं we need to know about networking as well, right? That's
Yeah.
I think according to me, because networking plays an important role in ethical hacking. सो गाइज आई होप आपको ये हेल्पफुल लगा होगा जो हर्ष ने हमारे साथ शेयर करा है एंड थैंक यू हर्ष फॉर शेयरिंग योर रोड मैप विद अस डू यू
Networking and
वांट टू से समथिंग
networking and all is like it's boring. I also felt it, but it's important for it. You need to know how connections happen.
बेसिकली इफ आई से दैट नेटवर्किंग में बहुत ज्यादा थ्योरी है राइट नेटवर्किंग इज थ्योरेटिकल एंड स्टूडेंट्स को एक्चुअली ऐसा कुछ करने में मजा आता है जिसमें आउटपुट मिलेगा कुछ रन करा मुझे कुछ आउटपुट मिला या कोई क्वेश्चन है जिसे सॉल्व करने में मेरे को कुछ टाइम लगा राइट सो इसके एकदम ऑपोजिट नेटवर्किंग में बहुत ज्यादा थ्योरी है लैन वैन मैं बहुत बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स बोल रही हूँ बट फिर
Yeah.
ओएसआई आ जाता है देन डीएचसीपी बहुत सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स है और ये आप थ्योरी पढ़ सकते हो राइट इनमें न्यूमेरिकल्स नहीं है तो कहीं ना
Yeah.
कहीं स्टूडेंट्स को लगता है कि बहुत मुश्किल है मुझसे नहीं होगा बट दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट राइट क्योंकि अगर आप नेटवर्किंग नहीं करोगे तो आप एथिकल हैकिंग भी नहीं कर सकते सो थैंक यू हर्ष फॉर इट नाउ लेट्स मूव टू माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन और मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपसे ये है हैव यू यूज्ड एथिकल हैकिंग कॉन्सेप्ट्स इन रियल लाइफ मेरा इससे कहने का ये मतलब है आपने एथिकल हैकिंग पढ़ी राइट अब you are not a professional ethical hacker right you are learning about it सो आपने जितने कॉन्सेप्ट्स पढ़े क्योंकि अगर मैं कोई कोडिंग का कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ रही हूँ चाहे मैं ऐप डेवलपमेंट का ही कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ रही हूँ तो मैं उसे ट्राई कर सकती हूँ राइट आई कैन ट्राई टू बिल्ड एन ऐप आप एथिकल हैकिंग पढ़ रहे हो तो अगर आपको टेस्ट करनी है अपनी स्किल्स तो क्या आपने कभी रियल लाइफ में इसे यूज करा है मतलब ट्राई करा है कुछ करने का एथिकल
Yes,
हैकिंग में
yes, many times I have tried to break into my own system by implementing what I have learned. Then I tried some attacks on my own websites because it is illegal to perform attacks on others' websites. So I made my own. And for the fun part, I tried to harvest some of my close friends and relatives' password, but I didn't misuse the information or peek into their accounts. I informed them that I've done this and asked them to change the passwords. But apart from
ओके
this, learning to hack also helped me to stay safe over the internet. Like a couple of months back, I remember I came across a guy who got into my relative's account and tried to trap me by social engineering. But knowing how attacks work, like how do these things work, I was safe. It helped me to
oh
be.
that so basically it helped you in real life right so that's
Yeah,
great and this is correct right आप छोटे छोटे इवन आप अपनी वेबसाइट बना के उसमें वल्नरेबिलिटीज ढूंढ सकते हो ऐप बना के उसमें वल्नरेबिलिटीज ढूंढ सकते हो रिलेटिव्स की हेल्प ले सकते हो भाई बहन राइट आप उनके हैक करने का ट्राई कर सकते हो और कहीं ना कहीं आप अपने सिस्टम को इससे ज्यादा सिक्योर करोगे राइट सो
yeah,
दैट्स अ वेरी गुड वे एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर है मेरे पास आप सबके लिए बेसिकली हर्ष आपने पिछले क्वेश्चन के आंसर में कहा था that you use Linux, right?
yeah,
While ethical hacking learning. So यहाँ पे कई लोगों को confusion हो सकती है that most of the systems that we use are Windows, right? So यहाँ पे यही प्रॉब्लम आती है कि हम Linux सिस्टम कैसे यूज करें राइट क्योंकि Linux एकदम काफी अलग है सो
yeah.
आप कैसे यूज करते हो Linux
So earlier I used graphical user interface. Like it's similar to Windows, kind of Windows, but then I switched to command line because it is more flexible. I learned it by reading articles on Try Hack Me, and Hack the Box. These are some of the websites that may help you in this learning as a beginner. So I
Okay.
use that.
बट आई थिंक इन कॉलेज आई हैव लर्न दैट कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप डुअल सिस्टम कर सकते हो अपने लैपटॉप पे। एक सिस्टम आपका लाइनक्स वर्क कर रहा है, एक विंडोज वर्क कर रहा है, इससे आपके सिस्टम थोड़ा इफेक्ट होता है, बट आप दोनों भी यूज कर सकते हो अगर आप डुप्लीकेट कर लो सिस्टम को एक ही में। तो
Yeah,
इन द
but
सेम सिस्टम यू कैन यूज
instead I
लाइनक्स एंड विंडोज।
instead I used VMware for it because it will be fast as compared to dual boot.
ओके,
I
सो
gave it a
थैंक यू
thought, but
हर्ष। नो
I
नो नो,
wanted
कंप्लीट द आंसर, सॉरी कंप्लीट द।
I gave it a thought to dual boot it, but then I thought like it would not be too fast, so I used VMware for it.
Yeah, because I think many students use dual mode, but that's a very good help that you gave, that use VMware, that's faster. Now let's move to the next question, और ये एक important question भी है। How did you manage both school work and learning ethical hacking? क्योंकि आप 12th में हो, right? तो आपने
Yeah.
अभी 11th फिनिश करी है, आप 12th में हो, दोनों में पढ़ाई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? अगर टफ भी है, 11th एंड 12th दोनों की पढ़ाई मुश्किल है। So how did you manage actually, the school work and ethical hacking? How do you manage both of them?
So as I said, I'm also into programming, and as I'm in 12th, it is difficult. But I try to manage my time equally among all of them. Like my studies should be affected. So recently, my mother gave me this idea, like to wake up at 5 a.m. and do this stuff for 1.5 or 2 hours, and then go to
Okay.
school and then study for the rest of the day. So I would learn ethical hacking and programming simultaneously on alternate days. Like if today I'm learning programming, I would do ethical hacking tomorrow. So and
Okay.
on weekends I used to extend my hours, and in my free time I read articles related to cybersecurity and ethical hacking to keep
Oh,
myself
that's great.
updated.
And this is actually great, that you wake up early, because nowadays even I don't wake up that early, but you wake up early. You are actually simultaneously managing programming, ethical hacking, and school, and that's great. It's great way. So very good, Harsh. Even I don't wake up early in that morning, but very good, and it's a very good way and an effective way, right? Because आपको दोनों में time चाहिए, आपको programming, ethical hacking और स्कूल तीनों के लिए you need to put some work, and I hope that you get a very good result out of it. Now let's move to the next question। जो मेरे पास नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है वो है, why would a school student learn ethical hacking? जैसे मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में बोला था सेशन के, दैट स्टूडेंट्स प्रेफर लाइक ऐप डेवलपमेंट, गेम डेवलपमेंट, कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग, या फिर बेसिक 4 प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस, दे लाइक टू लर्न इट, राइट? सो अगर आप अपनी साइड से एक स्टूडेंट को कन्विंस करना चाहते हो दैट व्हाई शुड दे लर्न एथिकल हैकिंग, व्हाई शुड दे पुट एफर्ट फॉर इट, तो आप क्या बोलोगे?
So I think in this cyber era, I think every school student should at least learn the basic concepts of ethical hacking, because it helps one to understand the hacker's mindset, his perspective, and be safe from cyber attacks and it may also help them in the future if they are willing to pursue such domains.
ओके, सो बेसिकली जैसे आपने कहा था दैट यू वर एबल टू सेव दैट रिलेटिव्स डेटा, राइट?
Yeah.
बिकॉज आपको एथिकल हैकिंग का कॉन्सेप्ट पता था। सो मे बी वी कैन फॉर्मुलेट दिस एज लाइक इफ यू नो अबाउट एथिकल हैकिंग, आप अपने सिस्टम को ज्यादा सिक्योर कर सकते हो, so that you are safe from the cyber attacks that happens. It is very common nowadays. Even in news आपको एक news जरूर मिलेगी that you due to cyber attack there was money that was transferred or personal data leak हो गया. That is very common nowadays, right? So ethical hacking I think सबको आनी चाहिए कहीं ना कहीं, so that you are able to protect your system, right? आप at least अपने system को अच्छे से protect कर पाओ, right? So thank you, Harsh, for this answer. And with this, guys, we will be moving to the last question for today. And the last question that I have for you, Harsh, is like, what is your goal by learning ethical hacking? आपने ये बताया कि आपने start क्यों करा, आप साथ में प्रोग्रामिंग भी पढ़ रहे हो, राइट? और आप धीरे धीरे एथिकल हैकिंग समझ रहे हो, बट इन द एंड आपका गोल क्या है एथिकल हैकिंग को पढ़ने के बाद?
I'm also into programming, so learning ethical hacking will help me to understand from a hacker's point of view, like how he will attack me. So it will help me to make a better program, a better software, which would be more secure. So basically, that's my end goal as of now.
Okay, so that's a great goal, and best of luck that you did so good, that you are learning programming language, then ethical hacking, then you are in 12. That's a big thing in itself. So that's great, and how you are managing everything, that's very good, and it's a very effective way. Alternate days so that you don't lose focus on even one of both, right? So that's great, and thank you so much, Harsh, for joining me today and joining us today more specifically, and answering all my questions today. It was a very good discussion about ethical hacking, cyber security, and all of it. And Harsh, I'm very grateful to you that you joined us and helped us in understanding about these key concepts, and I hope the users have gotten an idea about ethical hacking. So thank you so much, Harsh, for joining me today, and I hope you all have enjoyed today's session. अगर आपको आज के सेशन में मजा आया, so make sure you click on the like button and do subscribe our channel. And thank you so much everyone for joining me and Harsh today. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi. Are you sure you can prepare for product based companies through this course?
Yes, sitting at home?
No way.
Yes way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.